when we look, we have to actually do a search for put, because we'll have to actually put, because it's a word. So we'll put a H in front of that. And then we'll be able to get a better description of who put is, or put, as you can see here. It's the third son of Ham. The third son, okay? In the Bible, table of nations. So we're talking about the table of nations. It's just a allegory to explain, how the nations end up mixing together or coming together, all right? The name of Put refers to the homeland of Amaza. I have never seen that before. Amazing, all right? It is also used in the Bible for the people or nations said to be the descendants from him, all right? Placed in ancient Libya, but a few scholars propose the land of Put known from ancient Egyptian annuals, okay? So you're gonna see typically Put is related to the northwestern part of Africa. Okay, so all it is you're gonna see this in the actual fruits. You can see it in reality. Okay, so all of this region here is pretty much conquered by religion, either by mostly by these regions here, mostly by Islam, which is a Abrahamic religion. It's not native to Africa. It's foreign to Africa. It is from the Mesopotamian region. All right, and we're going to get into that because that is the way you know that is through the allegory, through the story of Abram. Okay, and you have to follow where he's from. Okay, Abram is not the same as from the nation. He's not African. Okay, he's not from the descendants of Ham, and that's very, very important. Even though people want to say that we're all from Africa and we're all from the same from Noah, right? The same family lineage, and there could be some truth to that because there is the human race, and we are all mixed up now. We are now hybrids. We're not the same as the original human beings, even though we derived from these original human beings. So let's go to the most important of all the four sons is Canaan. Canaan is part of the family of African people. It is defined here in the Bible in the table of nations, in the table of families. That's why they keep telling you the families, all right? Now they want you to know Canaan straight up. There's no questions. There's no having to define who that is, all right? Because Canaan is the land that is most coveted. It's like I just showed you, it is the most prime land on the planet, all right? So this is the reason why they're going to let you know that Ham is the father of Canaan, okay? They're going to let you know again, Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his brothers without. Ham, the father of Canaan, he was also the father of Mizraim. He is also the father of Cush, and he's also the father of Put, as we just seen. But they're defining this as Canaan because Canaan is what they want you to know that the curse is specifically on. But it also includes the other families of of Ham, of Canaan and Ham, okay? All right? Shem and Josepheth took a garment. So these are brothers, all right, of Ham, and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. So as you can see here, the writer follows the tradition of duality and even confirming things 3 times to let you know that this is about the nakedness, and nakedness is the ignorance. But in this story, the ignorance is self-inflicted. Noah was drunk in his vineyard, and as you can see, that was changed Also, that's a part of the story that's been changed. There's a lot of things that's been changed between the translations that is very important to be able to identify, because Ham, in one, he said he became he was working in the vineyard, right? And he got drunk of his wine, right? And the other one, he says he becomes a husbandman, right? Which both suggest a little bit different, okay? So as you can see in the King James Version of Genesis 9:26, it says Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and he was drunken, all right? And he was uncovered within his tent. So in Genesis 3, Adam and Eve were naked in the garden, but their nakedness was innocence. It was not their fault. It was not self-inflicted. They were being kept from knowledge. They were told that the knowledge to stay away from knowledge. Whereas Noah was unconsciousness. His state of unconsciousness, like I said, was self-inflicted. Now, Canaan didn't have nothing to do with this. Canaan wasn't even around yet. All right, so you got to say, why was Canaan cursed? Cain was cursed in relationship to Adam. You got to understand, both of these stories are stories of the beginning. And Noah is the story of a new beginning. Everything was wiped out, right? And then Noah is a restart of a new beginning. And all the earth was populated by him and his sons now, right? And so now we have the three races, right, that derived from Noah. Man has pretty much been consolidated into three different groups of man based off this concept, all right, this doctrine. All right, but the most important thing here is that he said, cursed be Canaan. Canaan not even around yet. When he awoke, when he came to consciousness from his wine, he knew what his younger son had done unto him, which was he seen his ignorance and went and told his brothers. He did not do anything inappropriate. You cannot add context to the story that's not there. It's nakedness. He's seen his ignorance, all right? And told his brothers. Now his brothers were able to benefit from his little brother, Canaan, telling him. You see what I'm saying? They were able to benefit from the knowledge of Canaan. All right. From the knowledge of Ham, the older brother, right? Ham. All right. All right. So, it's very important to understand that you see this, because the Bible is all. This is Genesis 9. This is not the first curse. The first curse is enmity between man and his woman, and her seed and his seed. All right. So we'll get into that a little bit here shortly. But here we see in Genesis 9:24, when he woke up from his wine, all right. Remember, I said that in one version it says he was a husbandman, and in the other version it says that he was a farmer. He began to be a farmer and he planted the vineyard. See how husbandman and farmer was changed? You know what I mean? But the correlation is that Canaan was a tiller of the ground, like Adam was a tiller of the ground. All right, a tiller of ground, working the ground, the labor work, the hard work. Okay, someone got to do it, so they cursed Cain to do it. A servant of servants of servants. So the other ones are servants, but he's the servant of servants. He's the leaser, and he shall be to his brethren. Okay, Canaan. Canaan didn't even do it. It was Ham, but Canaan is what is wanted to be identified. This is propaganda against Canaan, to make this landmass, these people, demonized to the point where we feel like, the readers feel like that they deserve to lose their land, that they were cursed, okay? And they deserve this. But like I said, Canaan he wasn't even around that. This was Ham. And Ham is the father of these African nations: Egypt, Put, Libya, Mizraim, all right? Cush, which is Ethiopia, or the Sudan, and Canaan. So all of these are black nations, African people, all right? Because of the geographics. I mean, you simply go up the Nile River and you're going to end up here. So if you start building pyramids here, you're going to end up building pyramids here. And then you're going to end up building out here. You're going to beat it because you don't understand this city, Byblos. Look, Byblos. Let's see here. By Lebanon. They just blowing it up right now. They blowing it up. Let's see if we can see Byblos somewhere over here. Byblos. There you go. Byblos. This was the land of the Canaanite people. Byblos. This is where the word Bible come from. This is where Babylon come from. You see what I'm saying? Byblos from Cyprus. These people here came here and they got the papyrus. And then because this was an area for the papyrus, right, where you write down scholarship and disseminate the information like the internet throughout all of these regions. All of these regions benefited from the knowledge of Ham, all right? These people who naturally walked in and out of this land because it's the only place. So of course, the Europeans are telling us this is Africa. This is just as much as Africa as this is Africa. You see what I'm saying? This is actually attached until they put the mighty serpent, which is the Suez Canal, in between. But if you look right here in the middle of the Suez Canal, you see Ishmael, Hagar's son. All right? Hagar's son. And we're going to get in that because Hagar is what made Abraham. Once he slept with that black woman and had that child, Ishmael, made official the covenant on earth. You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, Hagar, again, she was enslaved. She was a black woman. She was a Kemetic woman. They're calling her Egyptian to confuse us. All right. But she was Kemetic. She was black. She was African. She was from here. All right. Now, keep in mind, she was cast out to the south. Here's Gaza. All right. And here's Giza. All right. Here's Giza. Giza. It's right here, somewhere around here. All right. So I want to go because we got a lot to get through here today. So I hope this is keeping your attention here. I'm going to prove a lot. So let's go ahead and just get into the story, right? Because we're in Genesis 9. We just showed you. Oh, I got to finish up the curse. All right. So we got to finish up the curse because that is what this Bible. And that's what everything is all about. That's what everything is all about, okay? Everything is about cursing the black people, the African people. And until African people understand that this is what the Bible is about, it's about conquering them, making them docile, like you take a sheep and form it from a wild mouflon, what we call wild, just like Ishmael was called the wild. All right. And so let's keep on going with this curse. So blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. Shem is who Abraham or Abram is coming from. He's going to come from Torah, Torah, Torah. All right. The Torah. All right. The Torah is the first 5 books. Now, we say they're written by Moses. No. I can prove to some things. The Westcar Papyrus. All right? Let's go to Westcar Papyrus, right? The Westcar Papyrus, all right? Let's just look it up here, right? It was an ancient Egyptian text, ancient Kemetic text, containing 5 stories about miracles performed by priests and musicians. You get the correlation? Okay. In the papyrus text, each of these tales are told at a royal court of King Khufu.